we go. Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer Show. What is this? 466. Decent number, but we'll live with it. You know, it is what it is. You know what? Am I out of sequence here, Bum? Am I out of sequence?
I don't know, but somebody's echoing.
I hope this time.
I just paused my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
I'm wondering. I think.
Good Lord.
I don't think I fixed my numbers. I think I'm a number behind or something. Anyway, no worries. We're gonna try to stick to an hour for the recorded portion, and then do a non-recorded portion afterwards. No worries. But we're definitely gonna, do all the usual things at the bottom of the hour. At the bottom of the hour, we're gonna have the malt liquor report, and we're gonna talk about what beers we're drinking, and then of course the trip to. We got Bobo in there. So we got Bobo in the chat. Lord knows what's gonna happen in there. But we're definitely gonna cover the trip to Atlanta and the beer mail that I sent to Mark. So in case any of you guys are wanting to order beer from what was it? What was the company again, Mark? Do you remember? It was like Craft Beer Shack or something like that. In case any of you guys,
I can't remember.
I can't remember it. But in any case, we'll get into that in case anybody is curious, and you want to send a beer mail to yourself or to someone else. We'll talk about that. So we got Andrew in the chat in the show. We haven't had him in for a few weeks,
About a month.
And our dear friend Pat, man, Pat's an old schooler. Pat has been a part of the show off and on for quite a while, huh, Pat? What would you say is the first time you jumped in? And our dear friend Pat, man.
Maybe 6 years ago, something like that, I would guess.
Yeah,
I've only been on like maybe 20 times total. I don't know. It's pretty rare.
Yeah. It's been quite some time since Pat has jumped on, but Pat's a full-time pro photographer. I am just one of these guys that plays around with it, but he's a full-time pro. Let me take my glasses off. And
there we go. Take lampshade off.
Yeah. So
black T-shirt on is not really helping. So you just got me from the neck up.
So what beer are you having, Andrew? You having a beer?
Yeah, St. Paul's Finest.
Oh, right on. Okay, so
comes out of the tap.
Nice. They've got so much beer flowing over there. They just pour it.
I'm broke, man. My last check was over $1,000 with 20 plus hours overtime on it, and I burned it up on bills. I'm broke.
That can happen.
My last check was over $1,000.
That happens. And I only took 5%, so it's not that bad. I try to be, I try to keep it,
pretty judicious.
Yeah, as little, so. So enjoy St. Paul's Finest, man. And Bum, what are you having, my friend?
Am I the only one that's still hearing like some major?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of an echo still.
Yeah, it's like a 10-second lag. I mean, could it be me? I'm the only one, I think, not wearing some kind of headphones or earbuds.
I'm not either, but I don't have YouTube up.
Yeah,
I'm muted.
I have YouTube up, but I have it on mute.
Oh, okay.
I've actually got Joe's feed on the YouTube on pause.
Yeah, I just paused mine. Does that take care of it?
I think
it was
just did.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it was you, Joe. It was you.
Me. Damn it.
It was
Okay, back to the headphones.
And we pay you 5%, and you do that? My
Exactly. Yeah, 5%. Yeah, well, I tried to give only 5% of a miss up, right? So,
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. and so, Bum, what are you having, my friend?
I'm reliving another beer that I've gone decades without drinking. I picked this up on a whim this week. This is Dragon Stout from Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica.
I have not had this in at least, I'm going to guess, pushing 30 years.
Wow.
And for the occasion, I went back into my bottle archives. Here's my bottle from the late 1980s.
Oh, wow. Look at the labels.
Got the same logo in the middle of it. Other than that, everything has changed, including the size of the bottle. In the good old days, this was a standard 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
And now, I thought it was bad enough when you had those 11.2-ounce bottles. We have here a 9.6-ounce bottle.
Oh my goodness!
A 6-pack of 9.6-ounce bottles was $10.
Oh wow!
But I still like it just because I saw it, and it's been, I don't see it that often, and I think there's been years at a time where I haven't seen it at all.
Okay.
I drank that beer back in the day, and back when I got turned on to stouts, I was buying any kind of stout I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
Which hasn't changed that much.
What's the brewery?
In 30 years, it's not that different.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Sorry, I got it.
You got it, Joe?
Yeah. So it doesn't look that different, but man, almost 3 ounces is a huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen that small bottles with like imperial stouts and barrel aged stuff. I've seen those little kind of bottles, but
yeah. I do remember when I first drank this, I had maybe at that time had about 24 different stouts, and I thought, man, this is really up there with them. Well, since then I've had about 500 more different stouts.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't risen any higher in the ranks. It's kind of thin. It's thin. It's I mean, it's not a bad stout. I would actually define this as a good beginner stout. For even somebody who doesn't like Guinness, I would say this would be a good starter stout. It doesn't taste bad, but it's not for the advanced stout drinker.
Yeah. Oh, you're having it in the barrel glass. Awesome.
I am having it in the stout glass, yeah. And I am glad I bought it just to relive it again.
Yeah.
And how many stouts from Jamaica are there?
How many is there? Man, that'd be a good question.
Probably not very many.
5.
And 10 to 1 since you're all from the same brewery.
You know what? How many is there even a single great beer from Jamaica? Can you say that about, I don't give a damn what style it is. Is there one great beer that you can point out that you would even come close to giving a 4-star to?
I think it's probably all relative, right? Like if you're in Jamaica on the beach and you're drinking the Red Stripe, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah. I'll agree to that.
Yeah. And depending on what you might be doing on said beach, you know, it could be all relative, and
getting flashbacks at
right up with what's, you know, what you're doing on the beach, what you're smoking on the beach, it all goes together.
It all goes together, right? Yeah, because at that point, Bud Light might just be the best thing you've ever had in your life, right? Like you know, you might be, you know what? It's included in the trip, and so far, it's, you know, it's okay, man. Pat, what are you having, brother?
I decided to finally open something, which I think you've already seen, but this 2011 Bourbon Barrel Aged Yeti.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is, I mean, it's 7 years old. It was actually super limited when I bought it. It was before these started, I've been up distribution a lot since then.
Mm-hmm.
This is bottle number 3,279. I don't know how many they made, but and I guess a bunch of them were infected. I was always nervous about that, but this one definitely is not. So I'm actually very, very surprised with how good it actually is. I mean, it's incredibly smooth. It's only 10.5 or 10.7%, which isn't giant.
Yeah.
But I mean, it drinks like maybe like 6, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's very, and you're still getting a lot of good flavor. I mean, is it?
Yeah. Definitely get, you know, it's very balanced, I guess I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You get the bourbon, but it's not overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
It still tastes like a stout. It doesn't taste like just drinking booze. So
Good.
Yeah, I think I paid like $35 for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which at the time was like I didn't want to. It was when actually kind of when I was first getting into beer. But it was just like I knew that I'd never see it again, so I couldn't pass it up, kind of thing.
There's some pretty good your mama joke happening in the chat.
It only costs you $5 a year. See?
Yeah, there you go. Well, I decided I had a couple old beers that I had tucked away, and they weren't that great. So I was like, I'm gonna start opening these. You know, there's certain ones. I had a sour from 2009 the other night that was really, really good, and this is really good. I had some disappointments, so there are always kind of things like, oh, I'll save this for a special day, and that day never comes.
Yeah.
So it's like, screw it, I'm just gonna drink it.
Yeah. You know, I think for beer, I mean, once you get 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you're probably just better off drinking it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but yeah.
I feel like sours probably do a little better than others.
And the special day is, you never quite find it, so it just sits there.
That's kind of my thing too.
Yeah.
So I'm not disappointed at all.
Did you check into that beer?
I did, yeah.
Yes.
I think you actually even commented on it.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, you did, Mark. Joe didn't. Joe commented on the other. I think it was sour or something.
Okay, here it is. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, because I was having a hard time finding it, but yeah, so there it is.
Yeah, I want to say they made like 5,000, maybe 6,000 bottles at the most. So I don't think there's too many left at this point.
No, probably not.
Imagine in the first 2-3 years, like 90% of them are gone.
Yeah, no, it's a trip how fast some of those beers disappear.
One monthly.
Yeah, because you got 1,538 total ratings in one. And
that's probably me, I think.
In the last 30, that's probably you. You know.
Yeah, that's him. And that's like half the beers that have been sold have been checked into. You see 1,500, like 2,000 bottles. About half the beers have been checked and done.
What's interesting too is they have all the like tag suggestions for flavors when you check in, and the like 2 leading ones were like sour and tart, which obviously shows that most were infected.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So like I said, I think if it wasn't infected, I think that rating would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Like I just got lucky.
Yeah.
And I remember when I bought it, and then like a couple months later, I kept on seeing people saying they're infected. Yeah, actually, I think you could send them back, and they like released bottle numbers to say if you were between this range and this range, you were okay, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That might have been that particular time period. 09.
Mirror. Or no, that's Deschutes.
Yeah, because it was a similar thing with Deschutes because you had. It was 09. I remember that 09. You had 2010 and 2011. There were some bigger name beers that were having infection problems in that time period. You haven't really heard of it in recent years, at least, as much.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach. What's up, brother? So it seems like that time period right there, there was some infection issues going on.
But people were pretty pissed off, especially you spend $35 a bottle and it's infected.
Oh yeah, because I ended up with 2 bottles of, I think it was the Abyss.
Oh yeah,
and I think one of them from that 09. I think 09 was the year that they were, and I had 2 bottles. And one of them was bad.
Deschutes at the same time as the Mirror, which was like the bourbon barrel aged Mirror Pond.
Yep.
And I know most of those were infected. And that was around 2009, I think, too, 2010.
The Shoots had a problem with their big specialty beers and infections.
Yeah. I actually had one of those bottles. I drank it like a year ago, and mine was fine on that one, too, so I lucked out with that one. But.
That's pure. Oh, and then Zach's in the chat, and he said infection recently hit Left Hand in all their milk stout bottles.
Oh, no. Wow.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's always good to get Zach's because he's in the business, so he has that insight that we just don't have, and so because I haven't heard much other than that. I haven't heard much about
what does that involve? I mean, infecting beer.
Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff that can happen, and it can affect different stuff. So, like he said, their bottles were blowing up. Like that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. That's almost as bad as what, Sierra Nevada, when you crack open a bottle, part of the bottle goes into the bottle. When you don't
A
need
lot of times it's just like basically turns it either flat or sour.
Yeah.
But not like a pleasant sour, like a disgusting sour.
Yeah, vinegar.
Yeah.
It goes vinegar.
Like a mix of vinegar and sweaty sock. I mean,
The
that's kind
Shoots
of
actually, the Shoots released a beer they call the Green Monster, which I think was they were trying to do some kind of mirror type thing, and they knew it was infected, and they still bottled it. And I have a bottle of that, and people, like when it first came out, people said it was just atrocious, just horrible, horrible beer. And people are now saying it's a little better as time's gone, so I'm very curious. I think that's from like 2012, maybe.
yeah.
I like what he says now too, because he says we have a 6-pack that blew up at different times, sounded like gunshots.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that at different times, no matter who you are, if you're bottling or canning or whatever like you're going to have some infection. It's just it's like us going to a restaurant and you have some bad whatever. Like it's just who knows what little microorganism gets into something and then it doesn't agree and then boom, that's it. Like,
Doesn't happen to Budweiser though.
No, it happened to Budweiser. You remember they they had an issue with their bottles. Even they get bad bottles, they get bad cans. Because I cracked that one on the show, and then I contacted them, and that was before the InBev thing, and they said,
"Oh, okay, I don't remember that. I don't remember them having any kind of infected things."
Yeah, they were having big issues because I literally did it on air, and the whole top of the bottle came off. And no kidding. That was their Bud American Ale. Yeah, that was the big. I was waiting, making a big deal about this release of this particular new Budweiser, and I finally got it. And God, I think half the bottles of that 6-pack were bad. Yeah.
I stand corrected then.
Budweiser is no exception to. They do really good quality control. But I know Zach would disagree, but I mean, in any case, what do you have?
They probably are the masters of quality control because they just do so much.
They definitely do. Between them and Coca-Cola, the quality control is insane.
Yeah. All right.
What are you having, Mark?
I don't know. What are you having?
Okay.
What are you having? I don't know.
Now, me and Mark bought when I was in Atlanta last week. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about it. When I went to Atlanta last weekend, for people that don't know, that's why we didn't have a show. And of course, Mark was nice enough. Mark and Pam, his wife, were nice enough to take me to a beer store and I could buy some beer. And so we picked this up. It's from Blue Pants Brewery. There in what is that? Madison, Alabama.
Madison, Alabama.
So I know that we've had Ruben on the show talking about beers in Alabama, craft beer. So this is a craft beer from Alabama, and it's called Coffee and Milk Pinstripe, specialty ale brewed with coffee and lactose. 8% ABV. Sounded really good, so I thought I'd pick it up. I believe Mark has a can as well. So we'll give a good mixed opinion on what this beer is. Because let me dial it up here.
Hey, Greg.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Kent.
How you doing?
I saw a recent video, an old video I watched where everyone was calling him Kent, and then everyone, after he logged off, everyone realized his name was Greg. And then,
I know. I still sometimes call him Kent. It's just funner. You know what I'm saying? It makes for a better conversation.
You can call me Phoenix. That's kind of badass, I guess. If you want. Just a quick while you guys are pouring that. If you guys, this is like everyone I think can get this, or most people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Lagunitas Born Again Yesterday.
Yep.
It's a 12-pack for like $18.
Yep.
I would suggest go out and get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing for the price and what it is. It's so goddamn good.
Yeah, it is. Very good. I've had one.
Yeah.
And I need to. I've been forgetting to go and order some more because it's not regularly stocked at the beer store, but they can get it. If you order it.
Yeah, I think it's like this. A couple weeks only right now, and then it's gone until another year.
Everybody I know on Untapped, and I'm constantly getting notifications for everybody I'm friends with on Untapped has tried this beer, and I still don't think I've seen it around here yet.
Yeah. But I think it's like a 4.2 rating or something like that, which again, $18 for a 12-pack for IPA that good is pretty crazy.
And that's the Born Again Yesterday. Did you get it at Total Wine?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Local beer shops I prefer to go to also got it, but they're further away. So
gotta get a picture. Oh,
yeah.
Sadiq would be like, picture, photo.
Yeah. I'll be getting blown up by Sadiq here if I don't get it.
Double stuff. Oh, this is coffee and milk. So I didn't see. They don't have an icon for it. They just have the generic icon for it.
Yeah, just the generic icon. Let me show the Untapped really quick. We'll cover that really fast. So here it is, coffee and milk pinstripe stout from Blue Pants Brewing, 1,378 ratings right now, 35 in the last 30 days, 8% ABV, no IBUs rated at this time, and a 3.95. We did pretty good, Mark, picking this one.
Yeah.
A 3.95 is the rating it currently gets. It was just added in 2016. So, hey, we got a little hottie in here, man. Hey, Annette, how you doing? So, what are you getting on the nose there, Mark? What are you getting?
I'm getting a lot. I'm getting more of the milk chocolate type of flavor. Not a lot. A little bit of coffee. Yeah, kind of chocolate and then the coffee right behind it. And this has been out of the. I've had this out of the fridge about half an hour. So
yeah, I've had it out since we started the show, which is already.
Yeah, it's kind of medium bodied. It smells like a milk. It smells that kind of sweet and like a milk stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Dark chocolate and then some coffee. Yeah, dark roasted coffee.
You definitely get the lactose. I'm calling it a medium, kind of medium heavy-ish sort of.
Yeah.
It's
more medium than heavy to me, but yeah, throw it around.
Yeah, it definitely weighs it around. Like I'm twirling it around, but I'm having to hold the base there a little bit because, I have a taller glass, so it is a little different.
You guys don't have your share beer glasses to do a.
I know. Neither one of us has the share beer glass. That is ridiculous.
No, we don't.
But I definitely get that sweetness, like you putting it on the nose. I'm definitely getting that lactose sweetness. It's definitely a sweet, not super sweet beer.
No, it's like not like syrupy sweet, just nice sweetness.
Yeah.
So was that a 16-ounce can?
No.
12 ounce. Yeah.
I
split this one with Pam. So, what do you think, Pam? Yeah, she's shaking her head.
It almost looks like a crowd. Like the design.
Yeah. Okay. I think probably because of the lines make it maybe look taller or something.
Yeah.
Well, now I've seen your hands. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, but it's good. It's just I don't know about in your end, Mark, but I'm getting some of that 8%. I'm tasting in the very back some of that alcohol. Not getting as much coffee as I would have hoped.
I'm getting more coffee, a little bit of coffee, but I'm not really getting too much alcohol. Well, yeah, there's a little bit there.
The alcohol is not as hidden as I would have hoped, but it's definitely sweet. I'm definitely getting a little chocolate, but not as much coffee as I would have hoped, personally. Yeah. So I would knock it down.
It might balance out a little bit, maybe like another few months. In the can. Doesn't have a date on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a date. No, but it's okay. I personally would rate it maybe a 3.75. But
Yeah.
not
Well,
quite
yeah.
close to a 4. I wouldn't call it one of the best milk stouts I've had. No, not me, not by a long shot. Because
Well,
to me they didn't do as good. It could be considered an imperial because of the 8%.
Yeah.
It could be considered an imperial, but I wouldn't. I personally would rate it more at a 3.75 or so.
I pretty much always want if it has coffee in the name, I want that to be the first thing you taste.
If coffee is the first thing in your title, I want coffee. You know what
They
I'm
should have
saying?
mixed it around. They should have done milk and coffee, and that would have been
Yeah.
a little closer.
It would have been exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, milk and coffee pinstripe. Yes, I think that is a better description of this beer because it's not. It's hell. The beer that you brought me, Pat, had more coffee than this one.
The coffee Kolsch.
The Kolsch. Oh my God, that beer is insane.
It is.
When I was in Atlanta, we had a beer.
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of that beer, Mark?
What, are you thinking of the marshmallow IPA?
Yes, the marsh. It's just like, no, this makes no sense. you see the description, and you're like, okay. You read as you're reading the description. Okay, that checks. All right, marshmallow. What was it like? Chocolate, and you just expect it to say stout, not IPA. You know what I'm saying? And to get all of that in, and then at the same time get a grassy sort of hop note at the end of it, so you're getting marshmallow. What was it? Was there chocolate also in there?
I think it was. I'm gonna find it now. Yeah.
Oh my God, that beer was insane, and the head was really creamy and to see the color of it was light, and it was an IPA, and you still had these like citrusy kind of floral notes of
What's that coffee Kolsch? Like anytime I do a beer trade, I always throw at least one of those in there because I think it's like actually a cheap beer too.
Yeah.
I think it's like $8 or $9 a 6-pack, something like that. And like, it tastes like coffee, but it's still refreshing. Like if you're out mowing the lawn, it's still a good beer, even though it's coffee.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy.
It's crazy. It really is. While you're looking that up, Mark, we've got to find out. Now, it's been 2 weeks, and I am sure Billy D has been up to a lot of investigating. We have to get to the malt liquor report. I want to know what Billy D's been up to, man. What's he been up to there, Bum?
I'm sorry to let you down, Joe. I know that everybody the last couple of weeks has been dying for some updates, with Steel Worldwide cussing out Joe D and
the rest of us.
The rest of us, except me, of course, who he gave a shout out to.
Yeah.
But
Bum got the shout out. Yeah.
For everybody who's waiting for more of the hate from the chairman, I'm afraid you're going to be in for a disappointment this time around. There's been nothing. There's been absolutely nothing from the chairman as far as us. Now, the only hate that I can tell you that there has been goes back to the big video from a month ago where the chairman cussed out Joe and gave me a shout out. I do have one final follow up on that. In that video, I responded to the chairman on that video. Now, normally, if there's any comments to be made, I will send Malt Mustang, to do my dirty work and make a comment.
Yeah.
But I decided to post myself, to be brave and post myself. And I responded to the chairman and I said, thank you so much for the shout out. Love and respect to the MLDC. I said, in honor of your shout out, I will drink a malt liquor on next week's Share a Beer show, which if you guys will recall, I did.
Yeah.
I got a reply to that comment from Falstaff Brewing Company. And he said, drink only malt liquor, you greasy scumbag.
Says that with love.
Yeah, that's all out of love.
Yeah. But as far as the chairman himself, there has been no hate for Joe D or the Share a Beer show. So Billy D took it upon himself to compile a listing of everybody in the past 2 weeks since the last Share a Beer show who has been cussed out by the chairman. and we've even categorized it. We have it down to sports teams.
Oh my God! Nice.
And YouTubers.
You got the Eagles on there?
Yes, actually they are.
I figured. I imagine, the Trump supporters don't like the Eagles right now.
Yeah. So here's the complete list, and we will start with members of the MLDC and the larger YTDC, YouTube Drinking Community.
Awesome.
So since the last Share a Beer show, Steel Worldwide has cussed out, of course, Dorf countless times.
That's
of course
automatic.
Reggie countless times.
Yeah, automatic.
And another guy named MByer31, MBYR31. This MByer31, I guess, did a video where Reggie came to visit him, and he allowed Reggie to camp out in his backyard. So Steel Worldwide cussed out MByer31 for harboring a Canadian refugee. So he also
burned the White House, right?
Yeah. He also countless times, cussed out the P. Glen, Mr. Some Drunk, aka Dumb Cunt, Glitch, Spoggett, Earl Portland, Joey's World Tour, Jeff Brister, Bitter Poet Madman, and Ellenberg 88.
Whoa.
Joey's World Tour. Wait a minute. What did Joey do? He's not even part of anything. He makes food reviews.
The Bitter Poet Madman, too.
Yeah, it had something to do with one of the fast food sandwiches or some of the fast food that the chairman was.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Understandable.
So he must have and then he had to talk about how fat he is.
Yeah. I forget the exact expression that he used, but I know fat was included.
Yeah, well, it has to be with Joey. Yeah.
Is there any way that I get my name changed to Smart Cunt on here? From now on, call me Smart Cunt.
That's hilarious, man. So he fit what is it? Joey's World Tour?
Joey's World Tour. Yeah.
I
forget the exact video, but he did mention him, I think, 2 different times.
So he also people think my intro's annoying. Watch Joey.
So he also cussed out the following sports teams: the Golden State Warriors, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the New England Patriots.
The Patriots?
Yes.
Wait a minute. I thought I thought Trump and Brady are
they're butt buddies, yeah.
And Belichick are all,
it doesn't matter because he also cussed out Tom Brady. Brady's in his list of celebrities that he's cussed out, which include Stephon Curry, Kevin Durant, Serena Williams, Caitlyn/Bruce Jenner, Oprah Winfrey, LeBron James, Michelle Obama, Tom Brady, and Scott Van Pelt from ESPN.
Scott Van Pelt. Wow. Where did that fit in there? How does Scott, out of all of that, and he even put, I bet you Scott Van Pelt would even be flattered to be.
Oh, yeah. He knew.
If he only knew that he's in this celebrity list.
Yeah.
He's probably his career's going to be taken to another level, I think. You get cut out by the chairman. I mean.
Yeah. Wow.
And he also cussed out ESPN in general and the media in general.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That makes sense. Yeah.
And also the cities of Boston and Cleveland.
The cities, the whole city.
Yeah. The state of Florida and the country of Canada.
In the whole state and the whole country of Canada.
Yeah.
I'm okay with cussing out Florida.
Yeah.
Except for Wes. I like Wes.
Yeah.
No,
you know what? I don't necessarily like to cuss out Florida because Florida as a state provides so much laughter and content for the rest of us,
But you don't understand, Joe. He cusses out Florida because you cannot buy a 40-ounce bottle of malt liquor in Florida. You cannot buy a full helping.
Actually, you know what? We kind of side on the same. We're on the same side there, yeah. Because states where you can't buy a growler. I think the craft beer and the malt liquor community actually side there. We actually meet.
Arizona's pretty great that way.
Yeah, Arizona. Hey, Arizona should be pro we should be high on his list of states to love to move to because we have drive-through liquor stores.
Yeah.
That's right.
Florida
You get a drive-through 40. Can you do a drive-through 40?
You can
sure.
get as many
You drive through
drive-through
growlers.
40s as you could fit through the window. Absolutely.
You can do drive-through growlers in your own thing you bring. So that's, I mean,
A drive-through at 40.
Yeah.
A drive-through at 40.
Pretty soon, I mean, Tesla's there, so they're going to have autonomous cars. Then they'll have autonomous drive-through beer stores.
Yes.
But they won't. Yeah, but they won't stop. So.
Uber. You could Uber it.
Uber my 40, please. Uber drinks. They should do Uber.
What-
Uber malt. I've
Uber friendly.
got a new opportunity. Uber malt.
This is awesome.
Uber
what
malt.
else is on the list there,
Only malt liquor. That's their tagline for Uber malt. Uber malt liquor, only malt liquor.
Yeah, only malt liquor. Yeah, yeah, and then at the end of it, when it finally completes your whole order, it goes malt liquor.
And the question is, here.
Joe, you also got to have that kind of burp at the end of.
Yeah.
Yep. you gotta have that malt liquor.
Yeah, that malt liquor.
Uber malt.
What else does Billy D have, brother? What else is on the list?
Well, the final cuss out from Steel Worldwide was for, believe it or not, the keyboard cat who's been with him for every video for the last 3 months since he died. Out of the blue, he goes, "Fuck you, keyboard cat. I'm done with you."
God,
Cussed out the dead keyboard cat.
The cat is dead.
Yeah,
He
the
can't
keyboard
do
cat has
anything.
been kicked to the curb.
Oh my God, the poor cat. Rest his soul. Hey, AJ and Crusher.
Yeah, they're
No
offended.
offense here. No
Yeah.
offense here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Huh, you guys offended? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're deeply offended.
They're outraged.
Yeah, I think they're
So-
outraged, man.
So that whole long list of people and groups of people, and no hate for Joe D. Joe, I guess you're never going to be one of his number one enemies. He's got so many.
That's just. I mean, come on, man. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you should try dipping your balls in a 40.
no, he might actually. That might be okay.
I'm
You
just
know?
trying to help you out, Joe.
One of these days we're gonna have to lower ourselves to having malt liquor on the show, and we'll have to do everything wrong.
Well,
We'll have to pour it in a
already
glass
done it.
backwards.
Yeah, so you can't see the label.
Can't see the label. You don't know what you're drinking.
Yeah, and it's in a glass.
Yeah,
That's opposite.
Pinky out. Pinky
Yeah,
out.
pinky's out. Yeah.
I'll do it one better. I'll do it with a straw.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Out of a fucking highball.
What are the rules? What are the rules for shotgunning? Are you allowed to shotgun malt liquor?
I don't know.
Mick,
Just don't tell my doctor.
Mick Stud has done it on his channel. Him and his wife have done it a few times.
And
It's
does
pretty terrible. I used to shotgun Steel Reserves.
oof.
I used to shotgun Steel Reserve high grabs, and that shit's pretty terrible. Rolling Rock's pretty terrible to shotgun because it's got a bite.
Zach, you've just explained all the reasons why you were in the condition you were in. You understand now why you were in the shape you were in.
Steel Reserves will beat you up, bro. I have a buddy, though, biggest craft beer lover you'll ever meet. Dude goes to the bar, different breweries, at least 3 breweries, 7 days a week. I don't know how he works, but he does. But, 2-hour lunch breaks at breweries.
Oh my God.
This dude loves Mickey's, though. and
Maybe he's a local beer reviewer. Do anything for any of the papers?
Just to do. But
Wait a minute.
he works on a lot of cars and has a Mickey's tattoo that is his whole bicep.
This is totally hilarious. We've got Pat and Zach in the show. They could almost be brothers. They're wearing the same shirt. You know what I'm saying? If we just got Zach to dye his beard a little more red, you know what I'm saying? You're like, we've got brothers on the show here.
My beard's red. My beard's red. I just don't have the ZZ top length to it.
Now we got Earth in here. We're almost, you know, we're gonna have to start growing beards.
I'm out.
Yeah, Mark's out.
Mark's the only one with no facial hair.
Yeah. Mark, what's up, man? You know?
Not my fault.
Yeah, I have to throw out Andrew really quick that I once spent an entire day with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
Oh no!
I did. He took a nap using my camera bag as a pillow, even.
Oh, geez.
That's awesome.
I believe it.
That's an awesome story to tell, right there.
So,
so cool.
I don't have a whole lot of time, guys, but I heard you wanted a science lesson.
What was that?
I heard you guys might want a lesson in science today.
Oh, about the infection.
Yeah, the infection. Yeah.
Of the solar system.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I only caught a little bit of the convo. We've been going all day. It's a scorching like 96 degrees here.
Oh my God, how are you bearing it?
It's terrible.
Yeah, wow, that's insane.
We've hit about 3 breweries today, and now we got to go to a party. So I don't have a lot of time, but I only caught a little bit of it.
I think he's rubbing it in there.
The infection that causes overcarbonation, correct? Or
yeah.
So what causes overcarbonation? In most home brews, it's because they bottle too early or it's not fermented all the way. That's just because you're really not very good at brewing. The other thing, what left hand we were talking about had it.
Yeah.
A lot of breweries have it. We even caught it a little bit at Chain Reaction. A year and a half ago, to where it can carbonate, or the yeast continues to be active and eats different enzymes that it normally wouldn't eat, creating even more sugars. And I have the paper if any of you guys want it. White Labs actually wrote like a little paper about it. It's Saccharomyces, which Saccharomyces is the yeast that typical ale yeast that we use. I'm not very good with Latin, so forgive it. Saccharomyces diaticulus. And that is
like beer VD.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. It's not even an infection.
That's what I told her.
It's kind of like having a. It's kind of like having a default. It's like having a default in your genetics. It's okay that it's there. Like in a saison, we'd be like, "Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it."
Or like red hair.
Whoa!
Red hair. No one likes it, but it's there.
Wait a minute! I just got it in the chat. I just got my shout out.
All right. Yeah.
Play the loop, Joe.
Sorry to interrupt the proceedings here, but we have breaking news.
Go ahead, Zach. I'm sorry, my friend.
So. See, Joe, I told you I could help you get your shout out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So, what we're comparing, and I'll help Joe with another shout out here, is a default in yeast genetics. Kind of like what people that drink malt liquor have.
Ooh.
And that's called shots fired, fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh! We had shots fired at us, and we sent shots back. Love it.
Get a defect.
Gotta love it, man. It's just too cool. So that justifies the reasons why a lot of breweries, especially once they get to a particular level, smaller breweries, once they grow, hire like scientists, right? Because you're trying to measure those yeasts. I would assume that's what Zach's getting at.
Art of war.
It's something that it's hard to find because it doesn't necessarily turn up a lot. There's a lot of complicated yeast things that go on, but it's found mostly during the bottling or canning. You can find it a little bit with the kegs, but it's going to be more in your bottling and canning area. And like I said, it's not that it's something wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the malt liquor guys, but they're a little bit different, and maybe they need something different to have. You know, if it was a saison or a different kind of beer, that defect is okay in the yeast because it's creating different polymers. So it, but in other beers, it's eating enzymes that shouldn't be eaten. So, like for instance, when I had the issue, it wasn't causing a taste or any kind of problem. But when you poured it, you were pouring a keg that is at 40 psi instead of 12. And you're pouring mostly foam.
Right.
Pour a pitcher, drain that pitcher, let it, you know, when you over tap a party keg or something.
Right. Yeah, it's I'm glad you said all that because it makes sense because it seems like every time I've ever heard of it, it's always after the canning or after the bottling, and it seems like because your scientist or your lab is testing those and then finding out that everything was just right leading up to the bottling or canning, but after the bottling or canning, now we found this problem, and it's only at that process that at that point that you can figure out that you have a problem, right?
Yeah.
Or
before I go, Joe, I'm gonna give you this information paper on it.
Okay.
It's only one page, and you can share it, and you guys can whatever with it.
There will be a test.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
There'll be a test next week.
Yeah, there'll be exactly
yeah,
right.
We're gonna go eat some barbecue.
Oh damn! Yeah,
sounds terrible.
Yeah, sounds terrible. Right? Yep. Damn.
So,
is it gonna be barbecue and donuts and beer like that one? Like when we stopped at that other brewery and they had barbecue, donuts, and beer.
Yeah.
I actually was there today.
Oh,
I was at Woods Boss like 3 hours ago.
Oh, fantastic!
All right, well, the wife is chiming in, so I got to get going.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Barbecue, donuts, and beer. Oh my,
guys! Yeah. I'm telling you right now, man. We are very fortunate on this show. Really, I count my blessings on this show to have people that are knowledgeable about their different subjects that we talk about, like Zach.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you said that about me.
Exactly. No, and I was going to include you too, Pat, because actually talking about
no, that's bullshit. I'm just joking.
Talking about canning and bottling and all these sorts of things that brewers go through, and then to have a brewer jump in like that watches the show and chime in and give his expertise, his knowledge about, hey, this is what actually happens is incredible, man. It is incredible to actually have.
You and Mark have been there, right?
Yes. I haven't. Mark's been there. Mark's the only one. I haven't actually been to
twice.
Brewery.
Mark twice. Yeah.
Yep.
I drank all the beer once. That was my duty.
But I've met Zach now a couple of times.
GABF.
Once here in Phoenix and then once in Denver. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was not that long ago. He was here, wasn't he?
Right.
I wish I would have known. I would have.
Yeah, that would have been so cool if you could have been there. I think I met. Didn't I text you or
You
something?
probably did, but
you're pretty busy.
I'm a
But
piece of
also,
shit, so.
when it comes to photography, man, Pat didn't give himself a lot of credit, but he's an incredible photographer, does it full time, and it's nice to have that knowledge as well to lean on and to talk about. And of course, we have our friends in the UK that jump in from across the pond. So whenever we have something that we're curious about that's happening across the pond, we always have those guys to go to, like our friend Craig right now that's in the show up late. Thank you very much. It's just incredible, man. I got to give everyone, and Bum, you know what, man? I can't give Bum enough credit, man. Bum, I put the malt liquor report already now. I don't even know how long it's been, but it started out as it still is a very fun thing to do. But I put that on Bum, and Bum has owned it, man. Bum is just like all in on it, and I love it. It's what makes it
I
great.
take my assignments seriously, Joe.
It is awesome. It adds to it. It's awesome. We actually get the chairman now as a fan of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If saying "fuck you, asshole" is a fan of the show, then he's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
I also have to say that I'm not here that often, but I feel like Rod's been here like half an hour and hasn't said a single thing.
I bring nothing. I just come here to get drunk. I bring nothing.
And you know what? Rod hosts his own show, and Craig does too, right? You have a show, Craig.
We between three of us, we do it every once or twice a month. We don't want.
Craig has a show as well, so I mean, and to get all these guys together, even if it's just every once in a while, is just incredible. It really is. I want to thank everybody, man. Honestly, everybody that jumps in adds to the show. Earth adds to it. Andrew adds to it. I mean, all you guys are incredible. The people that get in on the chat. I mean, I can't thank you enough. Everybody has a piece of this show. You know what I'm saying? And it's all our shows. So let's have a toast, man. I really appreciate everybody, man. This is awesome. I'm gonna pour another Modelo and Especial. And
Since I just got here, how long has Joe been drunk tonight?
That was all under the influence. Oh, and that was with fingers crossed behind my back. So,
Hey, Bum, I like your comment in the chat. Only 4 more months till Mac Rib season, Chairman. And that's what he lives for.
I'm upset about Mac Ribs because they have the last couple of seasons they have not had them in the whole state of Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Know what their objection is to Arizona? Like we got to go to Colorado, or we got to go to California or New Mexico to get a Mac Rib. What's up with that?
Take it as a compliment.
No way, man. If everyone else could be, getting the junk food, we want the junk food too. That's cute, man.
I don't go to Rotten Ronnie's. I actually go to the Quick Trip gas station and get them.
Hey, I want to give a big salute out there to everybody, man. I really appreciate you guys, honestly, man. I'm not even kidding, man. So a big salute to you guys, man, honestly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Joe.
Thanks to everybody for all their support. I'm going to end the recording part of the show right there. Okay, I'm going to end that. And
That's
so
good.
Anybody
That's the most racist tirade you'd ever imagined. I'm ready to go.
So if anybody wants to stay in, just stay where you're at, and we'll continue a conversation. I'm going to end the recorded part right there, so that people that watch it don't have to be stuck watching all the ridiculousness that could possibly happen afterwards. So I do appreciate all your support. I really do. If you would like to email me, my email is joedreviews@gmail.com. You're more than welcome to email me. Thank you to some of the brewers that have contacted me recently. I absolutely appreciate that. I'm not going to deny that. You know, we're trying to get support here again from more breweries and get those relationships going back again. I really appreciate all that support. Thank you to Steel Worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Craft beer.
I told you it was going to get better.
Yeah, craft beer instead of malt liquor.
Yeah. Craft beer. And I happen to, we were talking about science, and I happen to be wearing my beer science shirt right now, man. This is awesome. So
I need to find one of those.
This is from Kokopali Brewing, right? Beer company in Colorado. So they had these cool shirts during the GABF over there. So
that is a very cool shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's so cool. I love the shirt. You know, what is this? What does it say? Brew pub crawling is a science. So
Cool.
in the back has a logo as well, you know. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for all your support. Stay here if you want to just have a conversation. We'll see you guys. Peace out.